great accord with. This is a group I believe that Medea Benjamin had good connections with. Very eager to meet with us, very, very generous in doing everything they could for us. And they call it Miles for Peace. They biked across Europe with just meeting people and trying to say, we're from Iran, and we're really, you know, people of peace and friendship. Gosh, would you like a ride on my bike? You know, etc. And they met friends all the way across Europe, and all came to this country and all the way to San Francisco. I don't know if they came up through the Rockies or not, but anyway, they were just very, very just eager to meet us. We went and met them 2 or 3 times. They gave us gifts. I don't know if you can see in our hands, we have these plastic kind of doves, a beautiful gift that they gave us and viewed and so forth. This tall fellow in the back here on the left, the green shirt on, is swimming the strait there from us to try to raise questions of working for peace. All of these people wanted peace. They insist that the people of Iran want peace. And they insist not only that they don't want nuclear war, but they insist over and over again that the Quran forbids it, because they forbid this killing of any civilians. Most of the leaders of Islam and many that I've met in the United States insist that if there were Muslims, followers of Islam, that were involved in the attack on the trade towers, they would be in hell. Not even a chance to repent. I would have said they have a chance to repent. I mean, you know, how do I know what they thought at the last minute or why they did what they did? No. They killed innocent people. They're going to hell. So they're really strongly opposed to any such thoughts. And so they're trying to bring this message. This is another group called Messengers of Peace. They were just a little bit more clandestine. They have an internet program on language learning languages. And in between it, they're teaching Marshall Rosenberg's nonviolent communications and many of the things which they call the Velvet Revolution and seditious. And so they put people in prison because they're practicing the Velvet Revolution, meaning following Gandhi. You know, David went over with all of these various tapes on this, Force More Powerful, etc. And they saw that as seditious. Kept telling David, you're going to get us all in prison over here, and we'll never get back home. Anyway, but they were, again, the friendliness. Now, these are all college girls. I imagine the attire's a bit restrictive, and I don't think they denied that, but they lived with it. But they loved Anne. Anne was a Quaker, works for the American Friends Service Committee in New York, and they just flocked her. We met them in 2 or 3 places because it was a holiday, and they were visiting various shrines just as we were. Now, this is a group of guys. I had to go to the bathroom, to tell you the truth. Despite Bill's build-up for me, I do have to go to the bathroom occasionally. I see him do it about 10 times a day, so you know. It's the altitude, Bill. It's the altitude. He kept drinking, just say, drink a lot of water. I don't know if I drank a lot of water, but every time he said it, I had to pee. Anyway, these guys came over towards me, and I thought, oh my gosh, are they going to come hassle me or something for being an American or something like that? You know, any 4 of those getting on an airline would probably have it grounded. Just the way, you know, the guys, and they're from Iran. But they were just very, very friendly, and again, they just wanted to, you know, share with us some of their ideas of, you know, what's happening. Especially the big topic of conversation was, well, they were happy there was no more Bush, and they wanted to know what we thought of President Obama. Well, we didn't go too far with that discussion, but, and these are other students. We've got these students, they're college students, and they were out visiting hospitals, and they would visit the people that were like mentally disturbed and seniors, and bring these beautiful flowers. And since I'm both, they gave me the flowers. There were several more of them. They weren't supposed to be, now she was the leader, the woman. I don't know if it's supposed to be out with her or not, but they were, and we weren't supposed to be meeting with them. But we were meeting there at Hafestun. We went in for tea to get out of the rain, and they insisted on paying. They were just very friendly. The one in the middle, he started right away, I am communist, I am communist. He met us on the street, meaning really that he wasn't Islam. You know, that was what he was trying to tell us. And so then we sat down and had tea, and he said, I want to come and live in Las Vegas. I said, are you kidding? I said, you know, I hate to tell you what he saw this great movie, some action movie shot in Las Vegas. He thought that was fun. I said, you know, this is not your ideal nirvana, Las Vegas, like that for 15 years, you know. But they were just so friendly. Then we ran into a couple of their classmates, a young couple, and They said, by then had found out I was a priest, and they said, oh, Marion, Father Marion, then they can kiss. They can't kiss in public, so they wanted to like they would marry them, they could kiss right there. Now this is a young Afghani, and this young man was there because he said he did not want to be in a war with Americans. And that's why he had gone to Iran as a refuge, just as our people go to Canada. Isn't that amazing? I was showing this in a theater in the Midwest, Erie, Illinois, or someplace like that. And it was in a lecture hall, and up above there were a couple of young kids, high school seniors that were there helping set up. And they said, and we don't want to fight them. And that was my worst nightmare. Every time I would see these young people like that, and going to colleges and seeing young people, my God, we're going to end, and there we are in this war. I mean, it hadn't gotten to the casualty rate that it's gotten to now, and I just thought, oh, this is just terrible. Here it is 8 years later. He's not throwing grenades, he's selling pomegranates to survive. And this is Hafiz Latun. They love their poets. We have in all our parks, we have mostly generals and things. They have poets. He's the most famous poet. The world to me has been a home, wherever knowledge could be sought through different climes. I love to roam. That was their idea. Talking to us, that's all they wanted to do. Share knowledge. They said every home has Hafiz, and the young people said, and it's on top of the Quran. In other words, it's read more. This was from that war that I mentioned about that. Iran and Iraq. These are victims that suffered from the war. And they're building a peace park. And this is a doctor who's setting it up. And these are victims from the mustard gas that we provided from Fort Dixie. David told the story that his mother used to vigil at Fort Dixie. And then they moved to Oregon, and this man came up to him in Oregon and said, did you used to vigil at Fort Dixie? And she says, well, yes. He says, that's why I quit. So when you feel discouraged, that's why I quit making those monks.